So I am about a year into my little YouTube hobby here. I've actually collected a little over 260 subscribers, which is actually pretty impressive for me. I'm just making random videos of what I, kind of enjoy. So, hey, maybe keep this number going up, but I'm pretty pleased. I even actually have managed to get an active community guideline strike, which, that's impressive. Now, what happened was I had made a video debunking, you can guess, COVID vaccine misinformation. And well, YouTube did not like that. Even though I was debunking information that was in YouTube videos that were and are still currently up and available to watch. But I got that guideline strike instantly. I did try to appeal it, and I got denied within like 2 seconds, which means no one ever even looked at the appeal. There was no human interaction there. It was just like an instant, nope. It says vaccine. It's no, we aren't even going to deal with it. And that was that. So, lesson learned. Not going to do that again. Anyways, I've been doing a lot of different content. My content is just all over the place. So, I wanted to ask you guys, let me know in the comments what you would like to see more of or what new content you would like to see. I have wanted to do some aviation-based content since I have been a pilot for, well over 20 years now. And I've also thought about doing maybe more science content. It's been a while since I've done some real science stuff. And maybe even some IT, since I did work in IT for a long time. Although there's a lot of that content all over the place. Anyways, let me know what you guys would like to see. You want to see more frauditors and SOPSITs? You want to see me point up, law as to why they're wrong? Or would you prefer, some reactionary videos making fun of them? I've tried to avoid that just because I don't want to be making a lot of repeat content. There's a lot of people already doing that. But, if you guys would really like to see some of that, I can do some of that on occasion and stuff. But, let me know what type of stuff interests you, or would you just rather it stay how it is and just doing random stuff? Anyways, also as far as the editing and stuff, let me know. I've been keeping it kind of basic just because I don't really have the equipment and stuff to do a lot of the filming and stuff right now. As I bring in some more income, I'm going to get a much better camera here so I can actually start recording me. I do have a webcam and stuff, but I actually still waiting on a few medical things to deal with before I would really like to be on camera constantly. Actually, I think I've been thinking about having a story time, and I thought maybe it'd be good, let's try that. Let's try story time. Seems like a couple YouTubers are doing that on occasion, and they're actually kind of good. So this is going to be a fun little story about how I managed to get hit by a train while I was riding said train. That normally gets people's attention right there. So this happened on a San Francisco muni train. Hello, bird. You want to be quiet? Thank you. That's my pigeon. So I was on a muni train in San Francisco, and these are basically subway trains. They're normally above ground, although once they get downtown, they run underground. And it was 6 a.m. in the morning. Bad time to get injured on a train, and it was also downtown. Bad place to get injured because that's basically where everyone is trying to get to when everyone's trying to get to. And I delayed that train for quite a while. I'm not sure how long, but it was a decent amount. So so here's a diagram of the trains. And I was on the train at, so here's the front of the train, I guess. So as we're going this way, I was standing right about here. Now there are people, all the seats were filled, and everyone was standing holding onto the rails. So we were coming up onto my stop. So I was actually sitting, I stood up, and someone took my spot right away. And I started walking this way to get to, it was actually this door. Since it was a direction travel, the walkway was actually here. So as I started walking this way, Lo and behold, the emergency brake kicked in. And actually, from the video that I saw, the guy was standing right behind me. Actually, he got shoved forward with his backpack, and his backpack rammed into my back, sending me forward. And I started falling forward and basically doing a slow motion face plant into the floor. However, I also had some forward momentum, which was countering that. It was actually amazing physics at work. And the more I sped up, the more I would actually kind of start moving upwards and stop encountering that downwards fall. It was actually phenomenal. I was actually pretty amazed by it. It's amazing what your brain does in like really quick times. So, anyways, I had to keep speeding up. I was heading down this, walkway here to counter falling. And there was nothing to grab onto either because everything was packed. And I was more, I didn't want to get embarrassed by, face planting on the floor. So I decided I would catch myself on the wall that's right here. There's a wall and a door into the driver's compartment. I was just going to catch myself. And I even, remember seeing, back in gym class when you were a kid, you'd run at the gym wall. They had those mats up against the wall. You'd run and you would like put out your arms and catch yourself on the mat and turn around, or doing like sprints back and forth or something. I've seen tons of kids do that. I remember do that. That's what went through my head. That's what I was going to do. However, I didn't realize how much speed I had going. And I was also kind of bent forward. So I was basically kind of like a bull running with my head straight towards the door. Next thing I knew, I said, I'm okay. And then I was sitting on the floor with my back against the wall, looking at everyone heading down the train, which is dead quiet. Everyone is just staring at me. I remember looking over, and the door to the driver compartment was bent halfway open, and the train driver was there just staring with his mouth like hanging open. But it was a really weird sensation because, like, I didn't know who I was, where I was at, everything. Plus, language didn't work. Like, there was no conversation going on in my head. It's probably the closest that I've ever been to knowing, like, how an animal feels. There was zero conversation going on in my head. Yeah, I understood things. I just didn't know who I was or anything. It was like I was running just on like that lizard break or something. I took my shoe off because my foot hurt like hell, and it was broken somehow. I don't know how that happened. And then I remember someone tossed me a towel because I was bleeding a lot from my forehead, which I ended up getting like 20 stitches in. And I just stuck it to my head, and then the Muni security people from the for the stop actually jumped on the train, and they were trying to get me to stand up and get off the train. They really wanted me to get off that train. Yeah, I couldn't talk to them or anything. I didn't know how to talk. It was weird, but I had a weird twinge in my shoulder and stuff, which I felt concerned about. I remember that. But it was like, no, don't stand up. I didn't say that in my head because I couldn't, but that was the, I completely ignored them, basically. I was just like, no. I just sat there, with my shoe off, sitting against the wall. And they were, constantly, come on, get up, let's get off the train. Because, well, I was, at that point, really, really delaying the Muni system. But the ambulance did show up pretty quickly. And they showed up, put me on the board, taped my head to the board, which actually closed off the cut on my forehead, and carried me up the stairs, which again was strange as they're carrying you up because you're like laying at like a weird angle on that board as they carry you up. I remember that. And then I was at the hospital like really fast. I was not scared at all, although I remember the EMT was constantly saying, I'm really concerned. I'm quite concerned about you. And I was just like, come on, bird. Quiet. My pigeon's been just nuts lately. I guess it's the time change and the weather being warmer. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, the ambulance driver or the EMT tech, was telling me many times he was quite concerned about me, which I should have been maybe afraid about, but I wasn't. I was just like, it, I didn't even comprehend what my injuries meant or anything. Then I was at the hospital. I was actually let go that day. Actual injuries at the time, I had like 20 stitches in my forehead, broke my foot, I fractured my wrist, I had a broken rib, and then just lots of bruises and stuff. But it was a traumatic brain injury. I had a pretty bad concussion. I mean, the amnesia really didn't start coming away until like several hours later when I could actually start remembering things. For a long time, several hours, I had no idea where I lived, or I still didn't even know my name or anything. And I mean, the hospital really didn't seem that concerned about it, which was weird. And of course, this was just what hospital was that? I think it was a general hospital. That was the quick-in trauma hospital, get you patched up and stuff. Then you go find actual more experienced doctors after that point, which I did. But I had traumatic brain injury. Obviously, that's basically what happens after you have a concussion. It did have an effect on me. Forgot to say also that I lost a few teeth, which is why I haven't been on camera, because I'm still waiting on implants and stuff. COVID really delayed that, as I stayed away to avoid getting COVID, although I ended up getting it anyways. So yeah. So that's why I'm telling the story. I'm doing a lot better now. That whole thing is actually what got me to decide to leave the IT industry and actually, going back to school for astronautical engineering, just because I was, I don't know, it was like after it happened, like I had a new way of looking at things, and I was not happy where I was at. But then that eventually led into YouTube and stuff. I was really looking for a new, something more fun, where I could create and stuff, because when I started in IT, it was no one knew anything about what we were doing. It was like 98, all the old technology, Novell and stuff, that wasn't being used anymore. It was all new stuff yet. No one had created the new stuff yet. So everything was being created and made, and it was amazing. It was engineers, it was just an engineering dream. But then, once that ended, it was a really different place, and I grew up with that area of freedom and creativity and stuff that I, really made me unhappy not having. So, I think after that really opened my eyes, and I just decided I was going to do my own thing. And I found, astronautical engineering with the new space industry is pretty close to, what was out there. But, I'm just doing whatever makes me happy. And, I do enjoy making these videos. I would like to share a lot more science and education with you guys. So, let me know what type of stuff you would like to see, and I will get on it. Anyways, have a great day.